Hey guys, how's it going? This is Bharat here. Hope you're having a super awesome day. The primary need for this video is actually I wanted to talk to you guys about something super important. Something important in terms of what we've been learning in this channel for over 8 months now. We've been learning this super awesome language called as Flutter, but I've been seeing this kind of a hate against Flutter that I've been noticing primarily in the subreddit groups that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I just wanted to make sure that you guys see how much of hate is out there. And what is the correct answer for this question? The question is Flutter a failed language, and why if so, and what is going to happen to the Flutter? A couple of these three questions I have been asked for more than 8 months continuously ever since I started putting Flutter content. People have been asking me about, is Flutter going to succeed, or is it a failure, or if it's going to succeed, how is it going to succeed, and what is if there are job opportunities for Flutter. We're going to try to answer all these questions in this video, but primarily you're going to be seeing about some super cringe-worthy hate coming in from primarily these Android subreddit groups. I do not really know if I can show you the names of people who have been spreading this type of hate, but I'll just try to blur out things here and there, but I'll just put the content as in that has been coming in. So the first question is actually, what do you think about Flutter? It's a very simple question. It's on one of the super active subreddit groups out there, which is the Android dev. And when you ask somebody like some Reddit groups like Android dev questions like this, you expect them to have a positive answer. I mean, even though it's not a positive answer, at least you like to hear some things like, yeah, it's going to be good, or it's going to be something really what you want to look up to. Primarily, I've come out from the Android background. I did not even know a single line of how to write Swift code, but I was practicing Android for more than 4 years now. So when I came from Android to Flutter, I found it really easy to learn in the first place, and also very, very fun because it's in starting stage. Languages in starting stage are really experimental, and you can learn a lot of things from that. And that's what I personally felt. But I just was super shocked to read answers from this Android dev subreddit groups primarily, where the question is, I'm a native mobile developer working with Java coding for last 4 years. Awesome question. And half year ago, I was trying to Swift. I like mobile application, like to develop things, and he says a lot of things, develop two platforms, Xamarin, React Native, all of these things. And the question is really, what do you think about Flutter? Very simple. You go down, and the first answer that you read is, it disgusts me. It might be good for simple listy apps which need a quick turnaround time. Some parts of Google are pushing it. Project Fuchsia is obviously out there, but it uses effing Dart, disgusting language, really effed up to write plain writing. What does it even mean? It is better than PhoneGap, Xamarin on whatever multi-platform framework, but to actually write anything in it, you have to program in Dart, and I really dislike it, and it's nested Biresh. Oh my god. Okay, so to this subreddit, whoever wrote this thing in the subreddit comment is, I would say he's got like 11 points. I don't even know if he or she, but 11 points. Probably has answered a couple of places here and there, a couple of answered questions. So I would say that probably there's somebody who's liked it to put it like, this hate is full of passion. I like it. So the thing is, a lot of people are forgetting to learn the basics of anything. See, you had Android. So how did Android develop? If there were people who were opposing Java left and right when it came out, but still Google went with it. Google went with Java as a programming language, built Android from there on, and look at, they have built $1 billion company out of it just with this one language called as Java. And that is how any language is going to be. There might be a hit or a miss, but there is always going to be some really huge amount of hate when things are really going well. That is a very good sign. But it could also mean that people are actually not even aware of what is happening with Flutter. I would just continue to read all these things, but you'll be very shocked to see a lot of stupid answers and stupid comments that are coming out. Anyone else finds Flutter difficult to read? Okay, I would actually, even though if I'm not going to say 100%, I'm going to stick with this question. To some extent, it is a little bit difficult to read, but the Android plugin that has just come out, the Android Studio that is going to support Dart and Flutter, has made a lot of changes for this. You guys must definitely check that out. Instead of going for braces, it is making our lives easy by going for lines, and that is very important as well. So that is the answer for this question. And the next thing that I found out was, I hate Flutter's view composition. I mean, seriously, this question is the most stupidest thing ever. He says that he's going to put everything into one widget and put it as dart file, and it's going to compile, and I'm going to get application. So how simple is that? How are we just simplifying things with just Flutter braces here and there and just blocks of code? You compare that with something like a Java where everything you have to verbose write things, and compare that with something like a Flutter which does things in the background for you. You don't even have to worry about things. And the question is, I hate Flutter's view composition. I mean, seriously, you go down, there's one super cringeworthy answer that comes out. Answer is, never even touched Flutter. I thought Google might be fighting web development, taking over Android world with Flutter. A lot of people again are confusing web development. Flutter is a web development programming language. I mean, Flutter is not. Flutter is the idea that you have to write only one piece of code. How super is that? Why are you guys not understanding that? A lot of these subreddit groups are very targeted people who have been learning a language like Android for over 10 years. And even though they're not learning Android for 10 years, even though they might be newbies in the subreddit groups, all of these people do not want even to try these languages out. Instead, they just go and bash things out, and I'm really surprised at how stupid can anyone be writing things like this. So the next subreddit I had where I found the super cringeworthy answer is here. The subreddit itself asks, why does this subreddit hate Flutter? Exact question. And you go down and the answer comes. Okay, this is the answer. So anything major pushed by Google will very likely get killed in a couple of years. So investing time in Flutter seems potentially futile. Alright, so if our question is like, if it's going to be killed in a couple of years, how are you even creating this subreddit called as Android Dev? Android has been in the market for over 10 years now, and it's started by Google. It was actually pushed by Google. It is a billion-dollar company because of one of the reason being Android, and it just recently pushed Kotlin out too as well. So what is the problem with you? I think the question is, how are these people taking new languages into the stride? For me personally, it's a very good thing because the competition is real out there. If you can jump into something that is very in the nascent stage and try to learn a lot of things at the beginning, I would actually put myself or project myself as somebody who has done it from the starting. So, but people out here have been practicing these for more than 10 years, as I've been telling you, and there isn't really they're not really excited about things that are coming out and new from Google. And also, I would definitely not accept this thing where they say that it's going to be killed in a couple of years. I mean, I don't even remember things that got killed. I don't even vaguely remember anything that Google was going to kill. Google came out with this language called Golang, and it's been picking up. Maybe it's not out there that's going to make you millionaire by just programming this simple piece of code, but it's out there. It's people are practicing it, people are using it, and it's definitely going to take some time for any language to pick up. There are actually, if you pick up any programming language right now, there is actually 100 competitive languages that's going to do the same thing for you. So when things like Flutter and Golang and Android, Kotlin, when things come out that is going to make paradigm shift, those languages are going to stand the test of time. And Flutter is definitely one such language. It's a very, very huge project, to be honest. To write one piece of code that's going to run on every platform that has ever been built by mankind it's a huge task. But still, people are out there doing things, and there's a community, like everybody is engaged, people are talking about it, and I would definitely say that this is actually a very good curve. Instead of just pushing and saying that this is going to be dead, I don't think you have to just wait and see. It's already been 2 years. I don't see Flutter dying. It's already been 2 years. So what is the problem? Just have to wait and see. There's one more thing that actually amazed me, which was it's another thing that just amazed me, where this person says that you don't like web tools shoved into app development. I mean, I don't even have any answers for that. There is no answer because Flutter is not a web development tool. It is actually primarily concentrated on mobile application first. It's a mobile first programming language and web app next. Primarily because it is it's actually difficult to render things in mobile application when it comes in terms of Android, because screen sizes differ. while it is actually primarily little bit easier when you go into for web application, and it's primarily easy for that. But what about when this application is going to run in your Mac OS, when this application run in your Windows, in your Linux, or even in your, it could even run in a Google Chromebook. So all of these things are out there, and people are actually judging things too early. It's been written 1 year ago, but still I find these things really cringe-worthy, because I've been reading a lot of things that have been coming at me. There's a one final thing, this actually presented in the Flutter Dev subreddit as well. I'm a part of this subreddit. I have found a lot of useful content coming in almost every day. Community is really engaged. I would definitely encourage you people to go join this community. And this is what somebody has to share these. They say that if someone is speaking negative about Flutter, don't respond in hateful or derogatory way. True. Flutter doesn't need hype or zealotry. It needs informed discussions, positivity, humbleness, honesty, and the kind of community spirit I've seen so far, which is very true. I started Flutter 8 months ago, and people who have already been practicing Flutter for more than as soon as it got launched. I've seen super useful comments from people like that, especially from people who have been in the YouTube sphere targeting Flutter as a primary programming language in the Flutter channel. I've seen super awesome comments from them. I've got super important feedbacks from them as well, and a lot of super awesome community people who are engaged, not just in subreddits, in Stack Overflow. You see GitHub repositories that are definitely donated to this. They spend time to improve this Flutter language, and even if you guys are trying to learn things, there are actually a ton of super useful YouTube channels out there as well, which are doing a lot of great things. I definitely recommend you guys to watch them as well, but do not forget to subscribe. Alright, so that is it from me. I wanted to make this video as short as possible, but I hope I didn't take so much time. The important need for this video was to actually give out or share this positive energy or positive feedback from my side. Not just from my side, because there is always going to be people who are going to hate any language that comes out in the future, because anything that has to take some time to improve, or if there is actually very positive people who are backing things up, there is definitely going to be some amount of negative energy coming from the opposite side. So you just have to stay positive, and I think Flutter's got a really huge upside and very less downside as well. So even if Google is going to scrap it out, I would say that we have come so far, and definitely somebody, even if it stays as a open source project, I think definitely people can still pick it up and just make a lot of applications out of it. Who's going to stop you? Because it's already going to compile things for us in Android, and I don't see any reason for Google to scrap it, because it is actually their idea of creating one language that is going to run in almost entire OS architectures out there, which is actually a $1 billion idea by itself, and only Google can pull it out, because only these FAANG companies can make sure that they have this energy or have these resources that they can put into this and pull this out. I'm pretty sure Flutter is going to flourish from here on. I'm going to stay tuned with this community. Even though I might jump languages here and there in the future, I'm just going to stay true to this community and try to contribute as much as I can. Alright, so that's it for the video. I wanted to make this video known to people out there. Nobody's going to hate Flutter. Nobody's going to say anything derogatory to the people who hate that. So make sure that you spread humility, positivity, humbleness, whatever things is written here. And let me make the next video. Next video is super cool, because I've been planning out some things for now. There are a lot of series that have been lined up. Do not forget to check them out, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel as well, so that you guys can stay tuned with the awesome content I'm going to be posting. Until then, it's Bharat Pizza. Have a great day.